And the second one is the balanced and unbalanced forces we have gone through. So can anyone tell
Ma'am,
me
I
what
can't hear you.
others are able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have seen last class the force definition and its effects of force and the type of forces, that is balanced force and unbalanced force. So can you, Manish, can you tell me what do you mean by balanced force? What do you mean by balanced force? Manish, are you there? Where the Manish has gone? I asked question, he has went. Ashita,
Yes,
can you tell what is balanced force means? What do you mean by balanced force?
Can I tell?
Yes, Siddharth.
Ma'am, if the resultant of applied forces on an object. Ma'am, if the resultant of applied forces on an object is zero, then it is said to be a balanced force.
The forces are balanced, system of forces are balanced if the total algebraic sum of all the forces acting on an object is zero, then we call as balanced force. And then unbalanced forces, Deepika,
can I tell?
Deepika was the unbalanced force.
Yes, ma'am. If the resultant of the applied forces are greater than zero, the forces are unbalanced forces.
Non-zero number, the sum of all the forces acting on an object, if it is non-zero number, that means more than zero, then that type of a system of forces we call as unbalanced force. Now unbalanced force is necessary for any object when it is in motion. The unbalanced force is needed. So if you want to change the state of the motion, if you want to change the direction of the motion, if you want to change the speed of the motion, every time unbalanced force has to be applied on the object. If balanced force is acting, then what change can take place? If balanced force is acting on the object, what change can be taken place?
Ma'am, the object will not move at all.
At all. And if it is moving, already in motion?
Ma'am, already in ma'am, it cannot be in motion, ma'am.
Why?
All the forces are acting on it at equal forces, so it will be zero.
It is already in motion. Then after that, the force becomes balanced. Then?
Then, ma'am, it stops.
That means unbalanced force is needed to stop that. We have to apply force, then only apply the brakes, then only it will stop, no?
Ma'am, then it will be in constant motion.
Yes, Lohit, what's the answer? If the object is in motion, still is in motion, then?
Ma'am, what's the question?
Due to balance force, what change can take place if the object is moving?
Ma'am, if the object is moving, the object, due to balance force, the object can stop.
No, balance force, or how the object will stop? To stop the object, you need the braking force. Our brakes has to be applied.
Ma'am, it will be equal. It will be in constant motion. The speed it was before the balance forces started acting on it.
The object will keep on moving uniformly with the uniform motion. There is no change in the speed takes place, but the object keep on moving with the same speed. But that in practical cases, that won't happen. Because why it won't happen?
Because for an object to be in motion, unbalanced forces need to act on it.
Yeah, but this balance force cannot remain acting on the object is in a motion. Object
Yes,
which is in a motion, it won't keep on moving with a uniform speed. Why? Practically that won't happen. That is only theoretical part. Practically that won't happen. Why?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, because when an object is in motion, there is an force applied in one direction that is greater than the force applied in the opposite direction. So when all the forces get zeroed out, so the object will stop.
How the object will stop here? The no
It
force
will
is
be in
acting on
constant
it.
motion. It will be
It
in
is constant motion, but that is a theoretical. Practically that won't happen. Why that won't happen? That was I'm asking the question. Bhanupriya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, why that won't happen? This condition is not practical. That is a theoretical condition. Practically that won't happen. Why?
Ma'am, I think it won't happen practically because the forces act from one side.
Tarun?
No, forces can attract from all the sides, but like on whichever side the force is greater, the distortion will be more.
Could you repeat
Navika?
the question, ma'am?
Navika?
I'm good.
Nidhi, can you answer?
Ma'am, good.
I don't know.
Every time you don't know what you're doing, Nidhi. If the object is in motion and if unbalanced force is acting on it, it will keep on moving in a same straight line with uniform motion. But this won't happen practically. Theoretically, yes, that can be considered. But what about practical condition? Why not that won't happen practically? Why? Can you tell? Can you tell any one of you? Now, Nitin, are you there? Nitin is not there today. Vaibhavi?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Wait,
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you.
how many times I should repeat? How many times should the question I need to repeat it?
Ma'am, my Wi-Fi is not stable, so I couldn't hear you.
Object is in motion. It is moving due to balanced force. It will keep on moving in same straight line with uniform motion, uniform speed. This situation will be theoretical. Practically, this won't take place. Why?
Ma'am, can I try?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Prithvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Rajashri?
Ma'am, because there's force of friction and there's air resistance, so that cannot take place.
Obviously. That's what I want to ask. Want to know. Any object, it won't happen. That is, if it is in a motion and balance force acts on it, that won't happen in a normal conditions, regular conditions, because force of friction will be always there. So due to force of friction and air resistance, air drag, the object ultimately come to stop. Okay. So this, now based on this, Newton, based on the force conditions, Newton has given 3 laws of motion. Here now laws of motion. In 8th chapter, you have learned equations of motion. Now here are Newton has given laws of motion. So Newton has given 3 laws of motion. But much before Newton, Galileo was a scientist, physicist. He explained about the unbalanced force. He told that is the frictional force will always exist. That time friction, about the friction he was not knowing, but it is told the unbalanced force is necessary for an object to change its state of motion. If the object is at rest, the object will keep then to change its motion, that is to make it move, the unbalanced force is necessary. And if object is in motion, to stop it, the unbalanced force is necessary. So there were, that time it was considered that is rest is the normal position, that is every object will be at rest. It is only required, that is they were telling that time, that is only to make it move, only the external forces, external action has to be applied. To bring back anything at rest, the force is not necessary. So that Galileo only has told, that is no, to bring anything at state of rest, the unbalanced force is necessary. And ultimately at every condition, in every condition, the frictional force is acting, which is making this one, which is making the object bring back, which bring back the object to rest. So frictional force. Frictional force act, this one comes into act. So that time, after that, the frictional force discovery has been done after the Galileo's experiment. Now after Galileo, the same theory is put forth by the Newton, and Newton has given the explanation about the unbalanced force. For the motion, he has given laws. So laws has been given by the Newton. Nowadays, this will be considered as a regular one. We know that one. That time they were not known properly. So he has given the motion part. For the motion, any object is in moving. So the causes for that and the reasons for that has been given by the laws that time. So one by one, we have to see all the three laws of motion. First one is first law of motion. It is also called as law of inertia. What it tells, that this law states that any object will continue to be at the state of rest or to be in the state of motion until or unless compelled by external force. This is right now you will tell that this is what is new in this one, but that time it was new. So
Can
any
I repeat it
object.
once again? Can I repeat it please once again, ma'am?
I told I won't repeat. I'm repeating, no? So wait for that.
Okay.
So any object will continue to remain in the state of rest or continue to be in state of motion until or unless compelled by any external unbalanced force. So object will be in the rest. Why it will be in the rest? The book is at rest. You see, that is the book in front of you. If you don't move it, what will happen? It will remain in the state, the same state.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't touch it for a 1 year, what will happen? Will it move
It
by
will remain in
itself?
the same place.
No, ma'am.
It will be in the same place.
It will remain in the same state of rest.
Yeah.
Because whatever the force, I'm not telling that is any force is not acting. Force is acting on it, but the balanced force is acting on it. So due to which it is not moving at all. It will remain in the state of rest. That means, and now if you want to move that, what has to be done?
You have to apply force.
You have to apply force. This is a simple thing, simple common thing he has explained. That is, any object will remain in the state of rest. So until or unless it is compelled to change its state. So that means some action has to be done on that. Then only it will change its state of rest. It itself cannot change. It's clear? Now anything is moving. If the ball you kicked, the football, if it is kicked, it will keep on rolling. And if it is rolling on the frictionless surface, then
Ma'am, until and force is applied to stop, it won't stop. I mean,
until or unless the frictional force come into existence. That means that frictionless is there, frictionless surface is there. So due to that, the friction is not acting, practically not happen, theoretically we are considering. If we have created the lubricating surface, so due to which we are decreasing the friction of that surface and we made to roll the ball, what will happen? It will keep on rolling continuously with uniform speed. Or another thing, and that is not a lubricating surface, so then due to frictional force, that ball will stop if we are not touching it. And if we touch it, if we hold it, it will stop. That means we have to apply force. Any force has to be applied to stop that ball. So this is what the first law of motion told. Cycle is pedaling. Cycle is moving. It is moving along the this one, inclined plane. You are moving along the cycle is moving along the inclined plane. What will happen? What will happen? Speed. What happens to the speed?
It increases.
Speed increases.
Speed
And if it
increases.
is moving in an upward direction?
Ma'am,
It decreases.
Why?
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes. Yes. So it is moving downwards, it is speed increases. And moving upwards, speed decreases. Now, if that planes, inclined planes are made frictionless, then what will happen?
Ma'am, then
Ma'am, then
the
it won't
speed will
stop moving
increase.
at all. Speed will keep on increasing.
So here, take the example, this one. One second, I need to share the screen. Take one
Ma'am, your
small
video is
example.
lagging.
Here, these are the two inclined planes are there. These are the two inclined planes. So equal inclination. This is not inclination, is equal. These are the two planes which are equally inclined. So here is a ball. We have to move a ball. One ball is there that has to be rolled down. And this inclined planes are frictionless. Then what will happen? In a normal case, leave it frictionless part. In a normal case, what will happen if you release this ball from this end?
Ma'am, it will roll down.
Roll down first, okay? It will come down here.
And then it will stop in the middle there. Yeah. Will it?
Think.
Ma'am, it will
Ma'am,
go
it will
down,
go
ma'am.
back and
then,
forth.
then it will go little bit on the other surface and it will come back.
So initially, with which force you have released it, it will go here, but this part is pushes it, so it will go to reach this part. Next part again here, it will come down because it is a, here what happens? It is moving downwards. That means the speed increases. So now at this position, it has a more speed, energy it has. So due to that energy, it will reach upward. Till some part, it will move here. Now its speed decreases, but inclined plane has helped it to increase the speed. So when it comes, now here when the speed is 0, but it is an inclination, so due to which it will come downwards, right? And after that, when it comes downwards, its speed increases. Due to increased speed it has, so it will move to this portion. So now in practically what happened, first turn, it will reaches to this height, suppose. It won't reach to that height. It might not have that as energy. First it will go, it will come down, move down here, and then it reaches this height. Then what happened? After that, it becomes, speed becomes 0 here. Whatever the energy it has already lost. So it reaches to this level only. Then again, due to inclination, it comes down. So when it comes down, its speed increases. As speed is increased, speed of the object has increased. So due to which again it will move to certain distance. But now this time it will reach to this much distance only. After that again, due to inclination, it comes down. Because speed is decreases, so it is not working by its own. So it is on that the force is acting, that is the inclination has been acting on it. The slope is acting on it. So due to the slope, it came down. So when it comes down, its speed increases. So when speed increases, again it will move some distance here. Again, it decreases due to inclination. It will come down again and again reaches to this height. Again come down, again reaches to this height, and finally end up here when its energy completely lost. So this slowly this changes will take in place. At the first time only it won't happen, that is it will come here and stop. No, it has energy. When it is rolled down, it has some amount of energy. Speed has been increased, speed it has. So due to which it will move on this side. And then speed decreases, but due to inclination, gravitational pull, it will come downwards. But as it comes downwards, the speed is this one. The force is, it already has increased speed. So due to increment in speed, it has moved to other side. But some amount of energy it is keep on losing due to friction. Therefore, slowly the energy is losing. It is losing energy. So every time it will start gaining the less amount of speed and then finally end up here. Now, if these two inclinations are frictionless, then what will happen? No friction is there.
Ma'am, will the speed of the ball increase?
Obviously, when it comes down, it will increase.
Yeah, it will increase even more than the friction body.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so here what happened, if these two inclinations are there, suppose equal inclinations, in that, but these two inclinations are frictionless, then what will happen? There is no friction at all. These inclination surfaces are providing. Then what will happen if you release a ball from this end?
Ma'am, because the surface is smooth, so it will roll even faster.
Yeah,
it will not
here.
stop.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then
it will come here and it will reach exactly sometimes equal amount of speed, equal level.
Yes,
it will really move, and again it will move down and it reaches to this level only. So every time, first and second position. From first time, if it is released, it will goes to second level. Second level, when it is again comes down due to gravitational pull and again moves to first one. If this surface is not providing any friction, so in that case the object is, that ball is continuously rolling between second position and first position. It won't stop. It's clear? Now this happens when the frictional force is not acting. So this is the Galileo's experiment. He has given Galileo's experiment, who has given about the unbalanced force much before Newton. But Newton has provided a proper law for it, so his name came into it. So what it tells here in situation that is a frictional force was acting. Due to that, the man's force is acting on the balls. That's the reason eventually it was covering a lesser distance and finally stops. So it comes to rest. The moving object come to rest due to external unbalanced force. So what was the force acting here?
Frictional force?
Frictional force is acting. Due to that, it came to rest. But in this case, there is no friction is acting. That means the system of forces acting on the ball is, in this situation, this part, what is the system of force acting on this one is?
Can you repeat the question?
System of force acting on the balls in this situation.
Ma'am, and friction is there, right?
Friction is not there. No, it is ball is reaching from 1 to 2
Ma'am,
always.
is it unbalanced force?
If it is unbalanced, then it would have eventually stopped here, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is moving, the ball is moving continuously with the same force, same speed. From first position, it is reaching this corner and again moving to second position. Then again coming from this position and moving to this position. The same position it is acting, that means there is a frictionless conditions. Frictionless surfaces. So in this one, no external force is acting on the object. That is the reason the balls are reaching at the same altitude continuously and it will not stop. The motion will continue. So that is due to frictionless. That means no force is acting on the ball. That means this situation is balanced force. And in this situation, friction is there. This surfaces are providing friction. So due to which the ball will not cover the same distance in all moves. In every round moves, the ball is not reaching at the same position every time. The first position it has reached to this position. Then second time it has not gone to this edge, it will come to this one. Then again the third move it has reached to this position only. The fourth move it has moved till this one. And in the 5 rounds it has reached to ground. So this happened because of the external unbalanced force, due to which eventually moving ball eventually come to rest. So that happened due to unbalanced force. Is that clear? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what Galileo's experiment. Galileo explained balanced and unbalanced force like this. Okay, and this is what the first law of motion as well. The object will continue to move with the same speed. Ball will continue to move in a same speed when there is no external forces acting on it. The object will remain in the state of rest. The book will remain in the state of rest. When it will remain in the state of rest?
And when the object is not moved, ma'am.
When no external force is applied.
Yes, ma'am.
No external forces acting on it. Then only the object will remain in the state of rest. That is what the Newton has told. So what Newton has told is written here. An object remains in the state of rest or in the uniform motion in a straight line. Straight line writing is important because direction is also not changing. Until or unless compelled to change that state by an applied force, applied external unbalanced force. By an external unbalanced force. Is it clear? Statement is clear to you?
Ma'am, should we write it?
Don't write now.
Okay.
First understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this chapter is not for mug up. You have to understand, then only you can write the answers, because questions can be anything. Any type of questions are there in surrounding. You have seen many of the applications are there. Any application they will ask question from in this chapter. So you need to understand the concept behind it. And this is a basic of physics. Basic of kinematics. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why this happens? Why the object will remain in the state of rest? Although force is not acting, but still, why it is compelled to do that work? Why it won't move? Have you thought of?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if no external unbalanced force is applied on the object, the forces acting on the object is balanced, ma'am. So only if we apply an external or unbalanced force in one particular direction, the object will move.
That was scientific, I don't need. Okay, fine. One thing that is, suppose for a simple example, you can take, you are standing and you are unaware that is some of your friend is coming rushing towards you and hits you. What will happen? Hits, that means this will only from the, but not by hitting. I'm not telling you that is fighting is not, I'm pushing only. He pushes you. Then if you are not knowing, unaware of that case, then what will happen?
We fall.
You fall down. Fine. And if you are aware of it, and then also if he pushes you, what will happen?
You will still fall. Or you can
No, you move.
Ma'am, you can move away, ma'am.
You are not moving. You are aware. that is the person is running towards you and simply pushes you. It's not very hardly he has not pushed.
Then we may
Then
move
you
from a
apply
position.
force from
Apply
your
a
side.
counter force.
Counter
Yes,
force
ma'am.
you are applying this, actually you're not doing anything, you're standing at the same position because you are aware that is he might be push you, so you are aware, you are standing there firmly, right? So that firmness what you are creating in you, due to which you are not resisting the fall. So that means you know that is I may fall, but you are resisting that fall. You are not falling, means you have holded you, actually you have holded your body so that you are not falling down, you are not supposed to fall down. So that means what, that's your internal force is acting on your body now. In that
Yes,
case,
ma'am.
what is happening, your internal force acting on your body, you wants to stand there firmly because you may know that is I may fall, so you are resisting that change. You wants to stand still, so what you will do, are you doing anything, are you doing anything?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Ritvi.
Ma'am, I was disconnected because of the power cut. Since when is the class going on?
So 6:38 now, Ritvi.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
from last 38 minutes, the class is going on.
Okay, ma'am. When will this video be uploaded so that I can refer?
I'm explaining something. Let me explain that first. So you are standing firmly at a one position, that is you don't want to fall down. So that means your internal force is acting on your body, which due to which you are not falling down, you won't fall.
Yes, ma'am. The internal force.
Okay, so that internal force is present in every object. Every object possesses that force, and that is called as inertia. Every object, the book is present at the same position, but the
What is
paper
it
will
called?
it
Inertia.
paper will it the paper remain same at the same position every day? If you keep a paper, is it possible that is for 1 hour also it will stay at the same position?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. Why?
Ma'am, because
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
it's
because
lighter.
wind or
it's-
air might be acting on the paper, so it may fly away.
So it's internal force which trying to resist any external force. Wind is applying on the book also, then why book is not moving?
Book has more weight or mass.
Mass. Book has more mass. The paper is a very thin, it don't have that much mass, so its internal force of the paper is not enough to resist any change happening on it. But book, due to its mass, is able to stop that external force. It won't want to move along with that change, it will resist the change. That means its internal force is acting on it. Its internal force is not allowing any other force to act on it immediately, easily. So that internal force every object possesses, and that we call as inertia. Is that clear? Inertia means?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
There are many examples we will see, but exactly what I want to tell you, is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you are firm and someone is giving you push till a limit, means he is pushing, simple pushing, you will fall?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. Somewhat more harder is given, do you fall?
Yes, ma'am. If we are not aware of it.
Aware of it, you will fall down, but you are aware and somewhat simple push is given, you don't fall down. But somewhat harder,
No, ma'am.
someone is only standing at a one position, then also you are aware that if someone is pushing, you won't fall. But someone is coming very running and then pushes you, then
Ma'am, are we aware of it, ma'am?
you are aware, but someone is coming very running faster.
Ma'am,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
slight
Then
move.
pushes you.
Slight
A
movement,
slight
ma'am.
move,
Slight
ma'am.
movement will be there. And so this means what? Your body is acting on different forces. So in the initial case, you have been, simple push has been given, your body is able to resist that force because the internal force is there. The mass is acting on the body. It's clear. So that is internal force is acting. So you don't fall down because it is a simple push. It will resist the change. Second thing, when you have been given somewhat jerk, that time also you are firm because your mass is able to hold that one. But in the third case, what happened when someone is running very fastly, and that time hits you, pushes you. So what happens in that case? Your body is not able to stop that force acting on your body. It is not able to resist that force. So due to that, you may displaced or may fall down also. So that means there is a limit. Also, the internal ability also has some limit. Till that, the object will hold that change. And after that, beyond that, this one limit, if any other external force is acting, then the force of the object will change its state. So until or unless that book will remain in the same position because of its internal force that we call as inertia. And due to that, it will resist the changes in it. So wind is blowing or any other things is wind is blowing. Wind is only the one reason. So till wind is blowing, it won't get displaced because its internal force is allowing it. It is resisting the change happening in it. But when we are pushing it. So our hand force is more than its internal force. That is what we call as here unbalanced force. Its own force and what our pushing force. So our pushing force is more than the inertia of the book, due to which the book has displaced. Is that clear? Is this point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So inertia of the body won't allow the body to change its state of rest if it is in rest, and if it is in motion, it won't allow to change that motion. So due to which the object will remain in the state of rest, or it will remain in the uniform motion because of this inertia. But any external unbalanced forces worked or applied on it, then only those states will change. Is it clear? So why external force is necessary for changing this? Because every object possesses inertia. And inertia is a measure of mass. Inertia depends on the mass of the object. So depending on the mass of the object, the force get applied on it. Need to be applied on that one. So is it clear why force is necessary for changing the states? Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is inertia then?
Ma'am, like the property of an object so that to resist change or motion is called inertia. To resist the force applied on it.
So resist any changes in the body. So the natural tendency, it is that property of every object possessed by every object, due to which that object will resist any changes happening on the body. Now many examples you can see. That is here one example I've given. The coin and the cup, this glass is there. Over that cardboard is placed, and over that coin is placed. So coin will remain in the state of rest. Till when?
Until the paper is moved or the glass is moved.
So till this one, because the coin is a lesser, so it has a mass, it has its own inertia. So it will remain in this state continuously. When you apply a force on this cardboard, you have tricked it, this one, you have flipped it faster, striked it. In that case, what happens? In this case, what has happened here?
The
coin falls in the
card only has moved away and the coin will fall down. Why it fall down? It also has to move along with the cardboard, no? It is resting. It is on the, wait 1 second. It is on the support of this cardboard. You have tossed this cardboard. That means you have struck the cardboard with very fast speed. This has to be maintained. This can be done only when you have given a very faster jerk in a lesser duration of a time. then only this cardboard will move away and this one has settled down. Why this has happened?
Ma'am, this is because of the mass of the coin. The mass of the coin is more like heavier. It's more than the mass of the paper card.
No, it may go this one also. No? Along with paper, it may have gone here and then fallen down. Exactly why at the same position it falls down.
Ma'am, this is because of the inertia.
What inertia? How is that? Take another example. Carrom board. Coins has been placed one above the other, and if you hit the lower one with very fast speed, what will happen? Will all the coins fall down?
Yes, ma'am. All
Yes,
of
ma'am.
them.
Yes, spread out. Spread out. All
Yes.
will spread.
Oh, no, ma'am.
If you are hitting it very quick, very fast.
Ma'am, then
the
it will
lower
fall
one.
down.
Yes,
All
Yes,
of them
ma'am.
will
All
fall.
will fall down. It'll spread, ma'am.
All of them will fall
Won't
down.
spread. It'll be like a towel.
At that same place where the coin were stacked, it will.
Like
Yes,
they'll
ma'am.
be close to each other. ma'am.
The second most lowest coin will become the lowest.
Yes, only the lower one will move. You have to do it is a very fast jerk has to be given in a very short duration of a time. If you are managed to do that, then at that time what happened? Only the lower coin moves away and all other stacks of the coins will as it is move down. Only move down, they won't spread out. But if that jerk is not enough, that the lower lower coin is not hit very harder and very short duration of a time, then they will spread out. But if you give a jerk, very quick, very fast jerk has been given to the lower one, that means it is strike, hit harder. That time what happened? Only the lower one will move away and all others fall down. Fall down means only move down. So why this happens? The same thing in case of coin also. The same thing has
Yes,
happened
ma'am,
in
the
both the
same
cases.
case.
Why that happened? Because where you have applied force, where that person has applied force?
On the
On
card.
this
The card.
On the paper.
On the paper.
paper.
And it is hit very hard.
Hard. Yes, ma'am.
And so that there is a no time at all for that force to be transferred to that coin. The force could not be applied, could not get time. That much time was not there. It was hardly hit. So that is the force is only applied on this cardboard. In that shorter duration of a time, the force of this person's fingers has not been transferred to this coin. That much time the person has not given. So due to which what will happen? Due to inertia of a rest, no force is acting on that coin. So coin will remain in the same position. Only thing, it lost its support. So therefore it fallen down into the glass. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So here the person has applied force on the cardboard, not on the coin. So force is applied on the cardboard. So cardboard has moved. So the time is not there. That force has not been transferred to the coin. So coin, due to its inertia, it will remain in the same position. Only difference has taken place is that cardboard, what was a support, that has moved away. So there is no support, and due to which it has fallen down. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
In case of this one also, carrom board example I've told you, carrom board coins. When coin you have hit, the lower coin is hit. So where you have applied force? On the lower bottom coin, that is whatever the coin which is present at the lowest position, lower point. So the force is applied to that. Have you applied the force on the other objects, other coins? No, and you are not given time to transfer that force also. Force can get indirectly transferred. That will happen in a normal case. When you don't hit it harder, then what will happen? Slowly, you have done it very slow. So due to which the force got the time to transfer it. So force get transferred on other objects, and due to which all the coins will fall down, spread out. But in the first case, what happened? The force has not been enough for which get applied on the other coins. So no force acting on the other coins. Due to inertia of rest, they will only settle down. It's clear?
Yes, ma'am.
There are many examples of this. Now it is a very common example. That is, a person is standing in the bus. It is a stationary bus, and suddenly the bus starts. What will happen?
You move like a little jerk.
You
You see
jump
the
backwards.
You move backwards.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you're sitting in the car also, if you're not on the support backside support, you have not taken, you're sitting like this, and immediately unaware means you're not aware, and the bus starts. Car starts. What will happen? You move this.
Ma'am, you'll move
backwards like this, and now you're sitting properly, proper position, and immediately the brakes have been applied in the car. What will happen?
Ma'am, you move forward. You jump
Ma'am, you
forward.
move front.
You will move front. Maybe
Yes,
dash
ma'am. You have
also.
to move front.
If
Yeah,
it is a very
it'll
hard
be
brake.
just like a jerk.
Now, why this happens? See the reason for this. This is very important one. When a person is standing in the bus, and the bus is stationary right now, so that means the person is also stationary. His full body is at the state of rest. Now suddenly bus starts. What happens? The legs which are in contact with the bus will start moving along with the bus. But the upper part of the body has not, direct force is not applied on the upper part of the body. So it will remain in the state of rest. It won't move because direct force is not applied. So therefore what happens? The lower portion has moved forward and the upper portion remain in the same position. So therefore actually we bend backwards. Why we bend backwards? Because our legs move forward. We have not shifted back. We are in the same position. Only difference has taken place is our legs have moved forward along with the applied force. Is that clear?
Yes.
So direct force, our full body, we are standing, the person is standing. So our legs, feet are in contact with the bus. So when bus starts moving, so bus has applied force on our lower part. That is on the legs has been applied. So legs will move along with the force because force has been applied on it and unbalanced force is acting. So it will move along with that one. But what happens to the upper part? Upper part, anyone has this one applied the force in the initial stage?
No, ma'am.
No. So therefore the upper part remain in the same position and the lower part, like this one is there. If it is a standing position, this portion remain at the same position, but the lower part has been moved like this. So this is at the same position, but the lower part has moved. So it is bending position. That's the reason we fell bent backwards. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Same thing happen when you take a scale and keep it vertically and give a jerk from the lower part. What will happen?
Ma'am,
So
the
it moves
upper
down
part
backwards.
will move less.
So it will what happen if you give a jerk to it? So if you give a jerk from the lower portion, if it is standing, if it is a standing position, if a cardboard you are making it, and give a jerk, sudden jerk to the lower part, what will happen? So how, in which direction it will fall, but in which direction it will fall? So backwards. It will move backwards.
Yes, ma'am.
So here it is, and if you give a jerk, I hold it only to support it. Where it has gone?
Ma'am, backwards.
Backwards. Why not front? It has gone. I have given
Ma'am,
jerk in the
because
front direction. No, I have given jerk in the front direction. So it has to move forward. Why it came back? I have given jerk, that means it has to move forward, but it is not moving forward. It came back. Why upper part came back? It also has to be
the
moved.
force is applied on the bottom part.
Yes. So here, though it is a scale which is made up of a same quantity and completely joined, but the force, in which portion the force is applied? In this portion is the force is applied. So only this part first in the first case, initial stage, not in the continuously, that won't happen. In the initial stage, the force is applied only in this area, not in this area. So therefore, it will resist that change because the force is not acting. So it will remain in the same state. And that's the reason it falls backwards. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, are you able to understand these reasons?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the second case, when the person is moving along the bus and suddenly brakes are applied. What will happen in that case? So the same
Ma'am, you
explanation
move
for
forward.
this. So your body already moving forward because it is in the state of motion. So it has tend to move continuously in the forward direction, but the suddenly brakes are applied. So where the force is acting? Retarding force is acting on legs part. So legs, direct contact, direct force applied on the legs. So legs will come to rest. What about the upper part? Is any force is acting on that upper part?
No, ma'am.
till now, no force
No, ma'am.
directly is not acting. So therefore what happens? Legs come to the original position, the legs stop, but the upper part is moving forward. So that's the reason you lean forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Now clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is clear why you fall forward or bend backwards. When the bus starts, the person bend backwards, and if person's is moving and immediately the brakes are applied, he bend forward. It's clear, this one? So
Ma'am.
these all happens due to inertia.
Yes, ma'am.
And there is an inertia of direction also. So when sudden turn, so you are in a car, and sudden turn has been taken. The car is moving with a speed, and immediately the car has taken, it is moving like this, and sudden turn has been taken. What will happen?
Ma'am, our body also moves side, I guess, like to the direction where the car.
If the bus moves
if the
left, our body moves right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So here, if the
depends on
bend
direction.
has taken right side, if the bend is towards the right, the person will tend to move outward.
Right.
Left.
Yeah, move towards the side.
Opposite side.
Oh.
Is it clear? So when the person is moving, car is moving towards left, then this one
They
will
move
move, the
towards
person
right.
will move towards right. So that is also because in that case, it is actually the person, this is the body has been set in this direction. Okay. So body has a direction, body has gained the direction because of inertia that gained the direction. And after that, sudden turn has been taken. Very quick turn has been taken. What will happen? Only the legs part, it will maintain that change. So because the direct force is applied on the legs or the lower portion, so that will start moving along with the change. But the upper part, no force is acting, and due to inertia, the object wants to still move in the same direction, that this direction. So lower portion has moved this one, but the upper portion has moved this direction, because it wants to stay move only upward only direction. This direction already has body attained, so body wants to move in that direction itself. So therefore we feel that is we are bending outwards. So this is inertia of direction. Bus starts suddenly, that is body was inertia of rest. So upper part will remain in the inertia state of rest. That is called inertia of rest. Then when the bus is moving and the brakes are applied, at that time body was initially in the state of motion. And after application of a force also, upper part will keep moving in the inertia, in the motion. It is already maintained motion, that motion it will maintain. The change it will resist. So that is called as inertia of motion. Another example is that is the trees laden with the fruits. If you shake the branches, immediately fruits fall down. Can you guess the reason now? When the trees laden with the fruits, that means the fruits are present on that tree's branches. Now when you shake the branches, what will happen? The fruits immediately fall down. We have not touched fruits. We have not touched fruits. But still we are only touched the branches and we have shaked the branches. Then what happens? The fruits fall down immediately. Why that happens?
Oh, can I tell?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think, ma'am, because like the branches of the tree were initially at rest, and then when we shake it, ma'am, it becomes motion.
We have applied all the force on the branches.
Yeah.
They will keep in mind because direct force is applied. What about the fruits? Why fruits fall down?
The fruits are attached to a tree by a
stalk.
Yeah, by a stalk. So when force is applied to the tree, so the stalk also gets that energy, and when the stalk is very weak, so at that time the stalk loosens itself off the tree and it breaks, and the fruit also falls along with it down.
Okay, fine, that's also right. So here where you have applied force? When you shake the branches, where you have applied force?
On the branches.
On the branches force is applied. So is the force transferred to the fruits? Have you applied direct or indirect force on the fruits in the initial
Indirect
stage?
force. Indirect force.
Initially when you are shaking, directly have you applied force?
Yes, ma'am.
Directly have you touched the fruits?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So will that
Touch the
state of rest has been changed? Will the state of rest in the fruits will change?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you applied force? Have you applied force on the fruits?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You have applied force on branches.
Branch.
First, listen. Whatever I'm telling you, only tell me that answer. You have applied force on branches. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Direct force is get transferred to the fruits in the initial stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Force is transferred. Initially, when you are shaking, at that time, is the force
No, ma'am.
transferred
No, ma'am.
in the first state, initial state.
No, ma'am.
Direct force we have not applied on fruit.
Indirect.
So that means what Newton has told, the object will remain in the state of rest until or unless any force is applied. Have we applied force?
No,
Have
ma'am.
we applied force on the fruits?
No, ma'am.
No. So that means it will remain in the state of rest.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a branch, this is a fruit. Now this branch has moved. It will remain at the same position. What happened?
The branch separated from the stalk.
Branch separated from the fruit. Fruit is at the same position. This was a branch. This was a branch. You have displaced it. What happens to the fruit? Fruit won't displace because the force has not been applied to that. So it will remain in the state of rest. So what happens to the support between them? Has
It
gone?
is lost.
It has lost. So therefore what happened? No support. Where it will go?
It will fall on the ground.
Fall on the ground due to a gravitational pull. It's clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So without applying force also on the fruits, we can take out the fruits.
Ma'am, could you repeat it once?
This is a force. So this is a branch. This is the tree has been stick to it with the help of stalk. Means is attached to it with the help of stalk. Now, have you applied force on which part we have applied force? Branch or fruit?
Branch.
Branch you have applied. So branch get displaced.
Yes, ma'am.
Will it take the fruit along with it?
No, ma'am.
Because of the force has been not applied on the fruits. So due to inertia, it will remain in the state of rest. So it will remain at the same position. It will remain at the same position. This has been moved here. The branch has been moved or here. But what happens? The fruits remain at the same position due to inertia of rest. So therefore, the connection between them, support of the fruit has gone. That's the reason it falls down. Are these examples clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will tell that is object will remain in the state of rest until or unless any force has been applied. So we need to apply force, then only object will change its state. Otherwise it won't change. So that is what, and why it won't change? That is because of inertia. What is inertia? Inertia is the property of the matter, property of every matter due to which it will resist the change happening in it. It will not undergo immediate change along with it because no force is acting on it. So it will resist that changes. Immediately any force will not get transferred to that object. Indirect force, if we want to apply, it will take some time. Immediately it won't get transferred. Time is needed for that. So here if you have given a time, sufficient time, if you have strike this cardboard with a less force and a more duration of a time, so that duration is enough to transfer that force to the coin. So therefore coin also will move along with the cardboard. It won't fall down. Okay, is it clear?
Yes,
ma'am. This is also because of the mass of the coin, no, ma'am.
That is inertia. Inertia is the mass only.
Yes, ma'am.
This inertia, the more the mass, the more the inertia object has. That mass is the measure of inertia.
Yes, ma'am.
So heavier object, We need to apply more force because it's inertial force. That is, inertia is much more. Because its mass is more, so inertia is more. So that's the reason paper and book I told you example. Now paper has inertia, but inertia of the paper is very, very less because mass is very less. So therefore it cannot resist the change. It will immediately go along with the wind. It will blow away. Is it clear? Are this point clear to you? Examples?
Yes, ma'am.
This is fully conceptual
ma'am.
chapter. You need to understand the concepts in this chapter. There are very few numericals are there, but concepts are many more. And question is asked, give reason. That is why the person falls down when it is falls backwards, bend backwards when the bus suddenly starts. The person standing in the bus falls backward when suddenly bus starts, or when the moving bus, when the brakes are applied, people tend to move forward. Give reason. Fruits or the branches laden with the fruits, when shaken, the fruits fall down. When we shake the branches of the trees, fruits fall down. Give reason. When you beat a carpet with a stick, the dust comes out. Actually, dust won't come out. The carpet has displaced. Dust remain in the same position. Is it clear, all these examples?
Yes.
So next class, you can write all these things. Right now you can.
Ma'am, can I
Thank you,
clear
ma'am.
one of my doubt of the motion test in the next class?
Okay, yeah, anytime. What's the doubt?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the 7th question actually.
7 question, I don't have the question. 1 second, let me check.
Ma'am, who got the what is the highest mark in maths?
Maths, 30 on 30, 25 on 25. 25 marks. Yeah, maximum magnitude of displacement, no? It's a diagonal.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a diagonal. 100 root 2.
Okay.
It is actually when you're taking the displacement. When is the maximum displacement? From this position, maximum displacement. If it is here, so it is 100. If it is here, somewhat more distance, but this is not 100. So maximum distance will be this to this. This distance is greater than this distance. So maximum displacement is this one.
Ma'am, is it 200?
No, 100 root 2.
Yeah, ma'am. 100 root 2.
Root 200. No,
Ma'am,
root
when will you
20.
give the marks for the motion test, ma'am?
Saturday.
Saturday, ma'am.
And ma'am, one more. The previous one, the matter chapter test.
Yeah.
In that, the first question, it was like, which method would you use to convert atmospheric gases?
Yeah,
So I had
atmospheric
written increase pressure.
Yeah. So two methods, both of them you have to apply to. For the atmospheric gases they have given. Only word gas is used, you would have given one method. But when it is asked for atmospheric gases, you have to write both.